Alright, I'm gonna cut out of this here in a second. I'm gonna wait till everything loads and then I'll start talking about all this. Alright, I'm going to say a few things as far as what my channel is going to be doing, vice versa, so on and so forth, what's going to happen, what isn't going to happen going forward in 2023. Alright, first things first. I know as far as YouTube, being that it is their platform, rightfully so, they could do whatever they want with their platform, etc. and so forth. Minding the fence here. Alright, so people are going around saying, demonetization with language, stuff like that. You gotta understand, yes, it is their platform, and there is a bit of yes, ma'am, yes, sir, but there is also no, ma'am, no, sir. And what I mean by yes, ma'am, yes, sir, is one, YouTube has a right to do what they deem is necessary to keep certain things in check, whether it be language, um, certain video games, whatever. I mean, it is their platform; they'll do whatever they want with it. But the no, ma'am, no, sir, is taking the creative freedom away from creators. Um, so pretty much, Dead by Daylight will get you demonetized. Cursing within the start of a video will get you demonetized. So if Dead by Daylight is going to get you demonetized, and let's look at the whole big spectrum here. Let's look at the outside of the box here. Seeing that Dead by Daylight has gore, blood, graphic violence, and pretty much a plethora of other things. Okay. If you start demonetizing one game, you're going to have to look at the bigger spectrum of all the other games that you are going to demonetize. This is including, and this is just my opinion, but I could be right, I could be wrong, but this would fit in with the whole timeline thing. If you are going to demonetize Dead by Daylight, it is a possibility they are going to demonetize Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, and yes, the beloved Minecraft. Because all that has to deal with violence, death, and yes, Minecraft, certain mod packs do have blood. So, in order to not get demonetized, you are going to have to get into pretty much racing games. However, there is a much bigger issue when it comes to racing games, and there is a reason why I say that. Hate speech. So if you're going to go and demonetize people for having a creative expression while playing games, whether it be Dead by Daylight, Final Fantasy, all this rhetoric that's going on, then further on down the line, in a little hidey hole, you're going to see a dip where not only is the games that you love and play that have the gore and blood and all this, but the hate speech is going to be minimalized too, especially in video games. Now, YouTube, I want you to think for a minute. Think. There are creators, and I want you to take this into consideration. Yes, I do understand there are children who fake their age just to watch creators. I understand it. They're going to do what they're going to do. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you're going to do what you're going to do, and they're going to do what they're going to do. But you say you're going to demonetize all of the stuff, and I'm sorry, there has been a lot more stuff going on your platform where you break your own TOS. You're allowing other things on your platform that yes can be educational, but it also shows a form of violence, gore, and the plethora keeps building and growing, such as like biopsies of humans and people showing, you know, what happens if, you know, if someone gets the big C and stuff like that. People are, you got creators out there who are showing the awareness of what's going on. There is a much bigger spectrum to this than what people are showing and what they are putting on YouTube. I want to make that perfectly clear. This goes far more further than just gaming. Because if you're going to cut out gaming, which is known for animated blood, animated violence, not real violence, not real blood, and you're going to demonetize channels for that, think of how many other channels. It's not just the gamers that are in trouble. These are creators who make a living doing educational stuff, such as, like I said, autopsy stuff like that, and doctrines, PhDs, doctor. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And you got to look at the bigger spectrum. There's a much bigger picture than just the inside of the box, right? I'm looking at the outside, looking in. So it's like looking into the whole shoebox of crap that is going on. So, in other words, gamers are not going to make any money when it comes to games. Um, you're going to have doctors who are not going to be making any money as far as their educational behalf of showing, the human body anatomy and all that kind of thing because they're going to get demonetized because, frankly, that is still, even though I'm pretty sure people will disagree, but we can sit here and agree to disagree all day long. That is still a form of mutilation, sort of, but not in a sense that it is. I mean, it's a double edged sword, and YouTube is playing with a double deck, and they're going to get cut. And it's not like I'm saying it's a bad thing or whatever. And, it's a figure of speech, basically. They're gripping a sword, And no matter how they hold it, one person, either whether it be one side of the fence to the other side of the fence, is going to have something to say about it. Me as a content creator, this is my take on the whole thing, so to speak. I mean, I do it just to have fun with people, who are online, or whether it be people in my party, etc., and so forth. Sure, some of the stuff that we say is pretty deep, some of the stuff we say is pretty dark, but sometimes that makes for good content. I'm just calling it for what it is. But sometimes, there's also those times where it doesn't. Now, cussing all the time, stuff like that, people have to realize that people, especially companies, human beings are not robots. And this is going for people out there who are wanting to sponsorship YouTubers. You either sponsor them for who they are and what they're about. Stop acting like you're going to have them put on a fake smile, because at the end of the day, they're human. They have skin, they have hair, they have arms, they have legs, they have hearts, they have lungs. They can see, they can taste, they can smell. They're human. Sure, I can understand where rage can be taken so far. I can understand that point. But some people use that as far as their content. I mean, you look, you know, I do it just for fun because, it makes me get through games. I mean, if I'm sitting there raging at a game, it's content. That's all it is to me. I don't take it seriously because you'll notice in some of the games, I never give up so easily. I keep going at it over and over and over and over and over. But to demonetize a game because of animated gore and violence off of characters that do not exist in real life, that is a bit too far. Even on the educational side of it, that is going too far. Because those people that are doing it as far as educational purposes, they're teaching people. And as creators, well, if you take away all the games that we love in order to expand the horizon to outreach to other creators or other people, that is not going to be good for any creator. And yes, that is including those who are creators that are celebrities. Because what if a celebrity who is becoming a content creator and has done horror movies in the past ends up getting demonetized because of their association for the business that they practice? You got to look at the bigger picture, not inside the box, because the inside of the box is pretty small, but when you're looking outside the box, that picture is going to get bigger. The stifling of freedom of speech. Yes, you are a company. You can do whatever you want with your platform. But you have to learn to mind the fence. Now, here's my proposal. I'm going to have to agree with some of the creators out there. For those who want 18 plus content, give them access to make 18 plus content. Children shouldn't be watching games, especially with mature ratings, such as like GTA, Dead by Daylight, Conan Exiles, Evil Dead, Zombie Army. If you tear down those walls, it's going to be a bigger problem for you than it is going to solve anything. Being 100% real here, it is going to make bigger problems for you than solve anything. And yes, I have to say it twice because you're going to have people that are going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, you do know what I'm talking about. Because you are setting the rules, you are setting the guidelines. But as a company making, these rules, you have to mind the fence. That is what an admin, a mod, should do. I mean, if you're running the company, you're not really, as far as running the company, you're not sitting there and working with each individual. The algorithm, it's all computer generated. The algorithm, the copyright system. I mean, I've got videos, with music on mine that are registered for other games. That he doesn't even go for that game. I mean, let's be serious. I have to go in and change all that stuff because all of it is generated through their system. It is not humanly generated. It is computer generated through their system. And their computers or servers or whatever is saying that, okay, if I was to make, let me make this an example. If I was to make another Legacy of Kain remix, whatever. I mean, I do have one that is like totally far and beyond. I mean, was it? I can't remember whether, but one of the remixes has nothing to do with video games. But yeah, it's claiming it as a video game. I mean, I'll have to look it up and then I'll do another video on it, whatever. But yeah, it's totally something. I think it's one of the classic ones I did, and it's claiming it as a video game. It's not even from a video game. Not even 10% even from a video game. But the algorithm and the computer generated stuff, you have no, I mean, unless you have like a manager or something and you're like a big YouTuber and stuff like that, you don't have any human contact when it comes to things like this. I mean, when it comes to like, if I'm having a problem with Sony, I would rather talk to an individual than being sent to a forum site. Because talking to an individual gives you the one-on-one. And no, I don't, when I talk to Sony, I don't give them a whole bunch of trash talk. I talk to them with respect, with, dignity, and this is the same way with Xbox. I talk to them with, dignity and respect. And it's because, if I show them that respect, they're going to show, the same respect to me in return. But if you talk to them with a tone and you're foul mouthing them and you're this kind of person that you're being a narcissistic prick, what do you think's going to happen? You're going to get the same treatment back. And then they're going to remember your name, and then they're going to send your ass to the forums because they don't want to deal with you anymore. And I had this problem with Minecraft, with one of my realms. So I talked to Sony, I talked to my, Xbox, and then, I did the same thing with Mojang. To get respect, show them respect. If you do not show them respect, what do you think's going to happen? They're going to show you the same in return. Now, I am a content creator, and as far as 2023 goes, if YouTube decides to demonetize my videos because of what I feel, like me making content like this, whether me driving around or me playing Berserk, which I did download, blah, 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 or me doing Dead by Daylight, stuff like that. If I get demonetized, I don't care. I'm not going to have my creative freedom taken away from me. And yes, that is very unconstitutional. Freedom of speech, stifling freedom of speech, is very unconstitutional. Granted, yes, you are a platform. People need to respect your rules. I understand that. But like I said, I am minding the fence on both sides here. You are a United States company. I don't care about Disney. I could care two shakes from a rattlesnake about Disney. Disney has a darker past than most companies either have a sponsorship on YouTube. Whether you want to claim it or not, that's up to you. But simply is, they have a darker past. Sure, if you are, like, say, if you are doing a product and you don't want people swearing, stuff like that, you want them to be respectful, to your company because you are sending them the stuff to, like, look at and make videos on, stuff like that. Yeah, I can understand that. A sponsorship like that, if you are doing that sort of type of thing, great. I can understand where you don't want people swearing because that'll make your company look bad. But these companies also have to realize that outside of that sponsorship, when they are making videos and they are not being sponsored, you need to allow them to have their free, creative freedom. Because without that creative freedom, it's going to make both sides look bad in the long run. Because you are stifling them from making content because you want it your way. Well, guess what? I don't see anybody in here being sponsored by Burger King. You can't have it your way. Unless, like I said, they are being, or presenting a product. I can understand that point of view. I mean, you got to look at the creators and their creative freedoms. And yes, I understand companies as a whole. I get that. But also, when you're looking at in this sort of limelight, and I've worked with people in business, and whether it be accounting, whatever, landscaping, people are going to cuss. People are going to say what's on their mind. And the whole thing is, well, I'm sorry, but I can't have that, being sponsored in my channel. Well, I will find somebody else. Somebody else who will accept me for who I am and not put on a fake smile on my face every day. And be fake. I will never be fake. I can't. And it's not just, I mean, if I wanted to, I could put on a fake smile. I mean, I know many people who've done it as a YouTuber. But let's be honest, most of those people who end up doing that don't make it very far, and there's very seldom few who do. Keeping it real 1000%. But I'm not going to look down on people, tell them to sod off. I mean, most of these YouTube channels get canceled because of that. I mean, the only problem, is with my channel is I get these scumbag bots who come in who think they can broadcast anything they want, especially when it comes to like their sites and stuff like that, promoting their sites. I'm sorry, you didn't come to me with the respect and talking to me about, hey, can I post this on your stream? And they go and do it all willy nilly, like there wasn't going to be any any due diligence or repercussions for what they did. A common moral compass. You show respect, I will show it in return. But you dog me and try to, falsify me for, who I am and who I ain't. You're going to get the same in return. And I don't care if I'm streaming or if it's somebody out in the street. I'm going to be me. You can hate me for it, you can love me for it. That's fine by me. But yeah, as far as 2023, whether it be Dead by Daylight, whether it be Berserk, Final Fantasy, and I get demonetized for it, I mean, that's fine because I'm not really sitting here to, say shots fired and all that bull crap because I'm not really here to be famous. I mean, if it comes out to that, great. I mean, I've already gotten, what is it, YouTube sent me an email if I want to become, if I wanted to do a partner program, blah, blah, blah. I turned it down. And there's a reason why I turned it down. Sorry. Because YouTube is not allowing people to be who they are. They're wanting this falsified robot to not show any type of human, emotion besides sadness or happiness. But even sadness can be a bad thing. So I'm looking at another spectrum outside the box. What if a person comes into my room talking about how much of a crappy day they had? Are we going to get demonetized because we're trying to give them hope that there is a silver lining? YouTube, you really need to think. I don't know what you're doing, but you really need to think. And demonetizing people for their creative juices, whatever that's going on, that's not going to look good for your business platform. And as far as the sponsorships, for all those who have sponsorships, whatever, and you got to look at it this way: from outside the spectrum, are you really happy with who you're with because of money, or because of your creative freedom? If you're in it just for the money, 1,000%, that's greed. People need to show a little backbone. Instead of bending over and kissing the toes just to line their pockets. That guy was drunk. I'm not worried about lining my pockets. What is money going to get me besides a bunch of sorrow? And I'll take this as a quote from the Beatles. Money can't buy me love because I love what I do, which is making content. Bottom line, I love what I do because I do it for people. Some people may hate me because, sometimes, truth hurts. And if I can't give them a straight answer, run of the day, first of the day. I mean, I'm no doctor. I'm no whatever that word is. I'm tripping over my own words today. But, I am no psychiatrist, whatever. I mean, whatever helpful advice. It's up to them if they want to take it or not. I'm not going to tell them, well, follow me or whatever. I mean, if I make somebody's day, so be it. But the moment you start taking that creative freedom from any video game, and because of their English language, How do you think that, you know, that the other person on the receiving end is going to feel? I mean, especially if they're used to said language and used to said content. I mean, bottom line, I'm not going to sit there and, you know, weasel foot around. I'm not going to say the other word. But yeah, I'm not going to sit there and weasel foot around and be like, oh no, it'll be okay, Buttercup. Everything will be fine. I want to go to brass tacks, tell them the truth, and give them, or try to give them sound advice. But it is up to them if they want to take it. But I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I know that this old person, let's just say Jimmy Bob, is thinking about, you know, doing some unthinkable things, you know, and I'm sitting in the back room saying, do it. No, that's not the case. I am not that type of person to being, you know, that evil, that maniacal. Yes, most of the stuff that I have on my channel is dark humor. And some things that I do say, yes, is questionable, but it is that dark humor. It is not to be taken seriously unless you're wanting sound advice. And then that's when the dark humor goes away. And I sit down and I look at you seriously and I tell you how it is. Because that's who I am. I'm not gonna sit behind a fake facade that most of these YouTubers sit behind. I mean, some of them don't, but a lot of them do. They sit there behind a fake facade. Granted, some of the things, you know, that they say give hope to people. Understandable. I understand it. But not every YouTuber is going to be about pink fluffy bunnies and soft fuzzy white kittens. There are going to be people out there who are going to take the gloves off and tell people how it is. And I'm one of them. But demonetizing channels because of their content, their creativity, over a video game, over animated blood, over animated gore, when you got other channels that are much worse than video games? Well, let me say this, YouTube, and I hope this sinks in. What makes it so different from you making false claims about people having psychological problems over video games than those who are playing such video games and creating good content? Hmm? You ever think about that? What do you think that's going to do in the long run? What do you think that's going to do to creators in the long run? Where do you think the creators are going to go? You think they're going to stick with YouTube? No. Because you're planning, and I throw out quotes as far as planning, is atrocious. You don't mind the fence. You pick a side. You need to mind the fence. And if you can't mind the fence, Let me keep it 1,000% real. Your platform is going to fail, and they'll go to Rumble. They'll go to Twitter. And heck, for all I know, they'll probably even go back to Twitch. Because of the atrocious rules that you are making. Because you are picking one side of the fence instead of sitting with your legs propped between both sides on that fence. Sure, it may be your platform. I understand that. But when you are mitigating rules, and you mitigate rules to go against your own TOS, that sort of makes you look like the bad guy. Hate speech, violence. And you're going to demonetize people who play violent video games. It's like I've said this once before. You need an 18 plus room for creators who are 18 and over to make channels how they want to make it. Yes, mind the fence. Make your rules, but be partial. You need to be partial. It's not going to look good in the long run if you don't be partial. You take the advice, don't take the advice. That's fine. But I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to make content the way I feel is going to be, made. And if I get banned off YouTube because I'm keeping it real with people, I'll just move to another platform. It's like that old saying that, that I was not going to stay laying down. I was going to get back up. There are plenty other platforms out in the sea. And you are not just the only one, YouTube. You are not the only one. I have an Elgato sitting here, and I could post pretty much on Rumble and any other streaming platform. But it's not, me throwing hate. It's just me, stressing the facts. I am not going to sit here, and I don't think any other YouTuber is going to sit there and be silenced, for one, and for their creativity is going to enjoy that rule all too much. I'll state this again. If you're going to ban Dead by Daylight, you might as well throw 98% of the other games that are out there in the world today out the window for your streaming platform. That's including Minecraft. That's including Roblox. Take a step back before you start making these rules in 2023. Take a step back and think. Do you really want to lose a lot of your partnerships with a lot of creative people out there who are making your company money, and you are also making them money? But I can say this with also a clear conscience. Granted, I'm going to mind the fence on this too. Celebrities on YouTube. And this is for a lot of people out there. This goes for content creators and stuff like that too. Did you know that celebrities are automatically put on the algorithm once they make a video? Instantly 1 million subs or more views. Instantly. Because of who they are. And their names go on the top of the algorithm because of who they are. Whether it be Will Smith, Jack Black, just keeping 100% real. The Rock, you know what I mean? Instantly because they're celebrities and everybody knows them. And they're getting the subs, they're getting the views. And they're taking it away from creators. Though, you know, they say they're bipartisan when it comes to that and they want to make it an equal platform for everybody. It's not a platform for everybody. Because if it was a platform for everybody, everybody, everybody would have either a million subs or a lot of likes on the videos or dislikes, whichever the case may be. I mean, if you like somebody or dislike somebody, that choice is yours. But you know, like I said, I'm gonna keep it 1,000% real. It's because of their stardom that they're getting pushed to the top of the algorithm. I mean, yes, I do follow some other famous YouTubers out there, and yes, I do watch some celebrities out there. But you know what? I would prefer watching a creative, a creator that's on YouTube than a celebrity. Because celebrities already have that kind of money. Celebrities can flaunt that money, do whatever they want with that money because of the hard work they do. But taking it away from creators, which this platform was based on when it started, think about that for a minute. This platform wasn't about celebrities. I mean, sure, you'd have the commercial here and there, but it was the creators, people making content. I mean, sure, you could have these people saying, "Well, we're not trying to take the limelight away from creators, who are on YouTube and YouTubers, and being a celebrity saying it. That could be all fine and dandy, but the algorithm says otherwise. You could say that you're not doing this, you're doing that, because of the automated algorithm and of who you are being a celebrity and already famous as it is. You're taking that away from everybody else. Do I think it's fair? No. But then they have a right to make content too. So, it's a double-edged sword when it comes to that. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like playing 21 without a full deck. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching a lot of videos when it comes to demonetization of games. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I really do. I think it's really ridiculous that you have to stoop to that level. And it really makes, that wormhole that you're producing even worse. Even worse. But you'd rather be blind to the fact, do what you want, which is fine, but understand this. If you keep doing what you're doing, people are going to leave. People are going to leave to other platforms who have creative freedom on their content, who can speak their mind without repercussions or getting into trouble, who can have sponsorships with people who are like-minded, who are not going to be limiting those creators to a cell, telling them how they should behave and how they should act. It's I don't want to be one of these people who's gonna, if I take a sponsorship, which I probably won't, probably never will, because I'm not the type of person to bow down and kiss somebody's tushy. I won't. All for $1? No. You can pay me $1 million and I'll still be who I am. Ain't gonna change me, one bit. But it's like I said, I make content for the love of making content. Money don't mean shit to me. But once that creative freedom is gone, I'll find another channel or I'll find another platform to stream on, and I'll have to request, other platforms, you know, and this would go out to Sony and Xbox too. Why is it that we're only seeing like YouTube or Twitch? I mean, why can't we have like other streaming platforms like Rumble? I mean, we have Twitter, but you're only going to get longer videos if you subscribe for blue checkmark. Excuse me? As a content creator, I gotta play for a blue checkmark. Scrape to make ends meet to pay $8 a month. And then you got these self-righteous celebrities on Twitter crying and complaining because they have to pay $8 a month for a blue check mark by their name. 8 freaking dollars. I just I sigh at that. I really do. I mean, some of them are like, I'll pay it, blah 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 blah. But you get those that are like,
why do I have to pay $8 to get a blue check mark by my name? I'm a celebrity. Do you know who I am?
well, here's a bigger question for you. Do I freaking care? It's not like you're going to go out of my way and respond to like every tweet that I make. I mean, theoretically, once you think about it. I mean, yeah, I put my 2 cents in worth, but I could care less if I get notifications. I don't care. I do, I don't. You know, one way or another. Eh. But to sit there and gripe about $8 and you're a celebrity? That questions a lot of things there. Oh. This world has gone to decent to I'm going to keep it 100% real on this one too. Shitting in a pot. Because other companies are going to sit here wanting you to get all PC and woke. I'm with other YouTubers on this one too. The woke thing is dying. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody cares about your silver shamrock spoon in your mouth. Wanting it your way like it's Burger King. You could like me for it, you could hate me for it. I could care less. But all I'm saying is that if everything is going to go according as is for 2023, it's not going to look good for streamers, for YouTubers, trying, or a new creator trying to make it into the whole YouTuber Hall of Fame once they get that miraculous play button put on their wall. Whoop-de-doo. Cares about play button? It's about the fans. It's about the people that you're creating the videos for. And if you're in it just for the money, I hate to say it, and it may be a condescending dick while I'm saying it, then you're not a content creator. You're doing it for the money. You're doing it just for that. I'm doing this just for free. Out of my kind little heart. For all you people out there. I don't care about money. I make content because I enjoy making content. I enjoy recording video games and chatting with people once they chat with me. If they chat with me. Because some people will chat. Some people stay in the room. Some people will leave. Like, oh no, he's gonna bite my head off if I say something stupid. Yeah, maybe that's the case. But you're not gonna know me if you don't talk to me. Decently. There's a catch. But yeah, I mean, that's who I am. I mean, you talk to me decently, I'll show you the same, respect in return. But the moment you start spewing some poo out of your mouth, guess what's going to happen? I'm not going to lay down and I'm not going to take it. You're going to get the same thing back from me. Simple as. I'm here to, make content for other people to watch. Share views, opinions, advice, opinions. My channel ain't about you talking shit to me, and think that you're not going to get anything back, that I'm just going to sit here and take it. No. You're going to get the same in return. And that's the way, I'm going to be. And it's not going to stop me from making content either. But yeah, I'm pretty much going to stop talking about everything because I've said what I said, whether YouTube watches this or not, or if it's shared, whatever, just gotta take that step back. The rules that you're setting, YouTube, it's gonna kill your platform. Because everybody's gonna find another outlet if it continues. And I'll repeat myself again about the whole Dead by Daylight thing. 98% of games that are recorded on YouTube either have a form of animated blood, animated violence, animated gore, even Mortal Kombat, even Minecraft. So that would take down your whole content library. Unless you're only going to cater to a select few. Let's even go outside the box. I'm going to talk a little bit more here. Unless it is only going to cater to a select few. People with high status on your so-called YouTube glory list. People that have 300k subs, just making an estimate, million subs, people with play buttons, that sort of type thing. Do you think that some of those people wouldn't even revolt? I know some of them won't, but I know some of them will. Some of them are going to look at you like you're crazy. Some are going to look at you like you're stupid. I'm just going to call it the way it is. You can hate me for it. It's fine. And some of them are even going to look at you like, you pure ignorance. Hate speech, I get. We don't need that sort of type thing. I get that. Yeah. Mine, you're minding the fence on that. Bot spam, you're trying your best. You know, even for most of the people that I do report, I have to actually put in a formal report for anything to be done because recently, knock on wood, haven't had that sort of type of thing on my channel yet for a while. But that seriously needs to be looked into instead of demonetizing videos for YouTubers' creative freedom. You do have more pressing things to look at. I mean, we can go on a list on that. How about making something to where you could safeguard people from being doxxed? An anti-bot system for people using third-party software in order to put bots on people's channels? But no, you'd rather oppress people, wouldn't you? Instead of fixing the problems that have been known for years. Yeah, I'm literally shaking my head because there are other things that you could be doing to safeguard people that are streaming on your platform. And you know this sort of stuff for years. Yeah, you say you're claiming new inventive ways to stop all this, but you know what? A lot of videos state otherwise, especially new ones that I've seen that people are getting fucking, bots on their channel. They're getting doxxed. And where's the proof of that being done or fixed? Well, call it for what it is, not for what it ain't. Yeah, I'm going to, as I said a while back ago, I'm going to sign out of here. You can share it, you like it, sub if you want. I don't care. If you want to sub, it helps out the channel, but I'm not worried about getting a plaque button or anything like that. So, if you like the content because I'm keeping it real 100%, cool. Glad you're aboard. If you're subscribing and then a day later you're unsubscribing, that's your choice, but you're still a douche. Okay.
It's not something I want to follow because it's not my cup of tea.
That's fine. You know where the door is. If you don't, if you want to leave. But yeah, I'm gonna head out of here. Everybody have a good day. For those who are watching, or have watched, or come back to watch, chat with y'all later. If not, it'll be in the next one. I'm out.